Hey everyone, it's Max! Welcome back to the Final Fantasy VII tutorial playthrough! And that's right, when we last left off, we had just set the detonation charge, beat the guard Scorpion, and now we have less than 10 minutes to make our escape before the bomb goes kablooey. And of course now we're climbing this ladder. So I had to push OK to get on the ladder to go up, but I didn't have to push OK on the ladder to go down. Of course that makes perfect sense somewheres in this world. Because, hey, if you can use magic in the world and you can do all kinds of other stuff, why not? Alright, so I have to use OK on this one, but not on the next one. Well, poor Jess. She looks pretty stuck here. Uh-oh. Now, it's actually okay if you get into a few fights on the way out. Oh, back attack. That's dirty. Now, back attack just means that if you get hit in the back, you usually take double damage. Oh well. Oh, I should have picked the other guy for that. My sloppiness. Boom. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, back to my point. You can usually get in a couple of fights on the way out. Okay? It's not going to hurt your timer any. 10 minutes is plenty of time to get out of here. Alright? Even if you get into 3-4 fights, it usually only takes you about 5.5 minutes to get out of this thing. But if you start getting into lots of fights, be careful. Use the page up and page down keys on your keyboard to make a run for it. Those are the default keys to do an escape maneuver. Alright, but in this case, we got plenty of time. I mean, I'm already halfway out. Alright, let's go. We're going to get stopped here at least one more time by bad guys. Oh, gee. I say that. We're already into another attack. So this could be... Yeah! Now we get a back attack. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's one. There we go. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Barrett's got the gun now. Yes, the enemy has been sighted. You're already dead, though. It doesn't matter. Looking good, looking good. And of course, we don't want to run from these fights because the experience comes in handy. One of the things you've got to do in this game at several points is you actually have to take time to do experience leveling. And as much as that's not a lot of fun, it has to be done. If you don't, you're going to start getting ahead of yourself, and the next thing you know, you're going to start getting into areas where you just don't have enough experience to fight the bad guys that are in the area. And that gets messy. So right now we're doing okay. We're actually ahead of the curve, but we will want to kind of stay ahead of that curve. So a few fights, I'm alright with. Now usually I get stopped on them stairs. That's really weird. So we're basically almost out here. I say that again and get into a fight. So, anytime I need a fight, I'm just going to jinx myself. Great. That's awesome. Ooh, hit me with the beam gun. Yeah, see, with that new assault gun, that's right. Now he's got enough firepower in it. Here to the elevator. I'm actually running a little slow getting out of here today. I'm almost up to 6 minutes. Maybe I'm being a little lazy today. So you notice here, I'm just talking. I talk to Jess first, and then I talk to Big second. Do it in the opposite order, don't panic. They just say something to you. You just go to the other person, they'll open the door. And that's it. So I actually took 6 minutes and 10 seconds to get out of there. So you notice the clock is gone. This cutscene is done. I'm not even using the controls anymore. The whole game is now on autopilot mode, and it will just take care of that for you. Boom! That's right. Oh, man. Sent that right into next week, didn't we? So, of course, everybody's all proud of themselves. Yeah, that's going to keep the planet going for a while. Woohoo! Big diving roll by me. But on fire. Hey, I want to talk about my monies. Yeah, alright, fine. Alright, so everybody's on their way to the train station, and then of course they're going to be on their way out. Now, this is actually a good time to talk about menus. So in this particular case, of course we have different items in the menu. One of the first things I usually do, even when I'm way back at the very start on the train station platform, is I'll go under the configuration menu and I will set my sound controls, my controller control, so I am using a controller. If you are using the keyboard, you'll want to also set that up to your comfort zone. I am going to increase battle speed, okay, and half increase field messages. Now, battle messages are kind of rare, so I'll increase them just a little bit because I still like to be able to read them. But in this particular case, battle speed I've increased all the way. You'll tend to want battle speed to sometimes play through pretty fast. So I saved it for now, but this is something I usually take care of right at the very start when I'm on the train platform. I set my sound up, I set my controller up, and then of course I set my battle speeds and all that up. Of course, you can always change window colors in here, so if you're not big on the Windows color, you can always play around with that. And of course, all them other neat little configuration items. The rest of the menu we'll get to after the party actually gets back together. I don't usually mess around with the rest of the menu until after the mission is complete, because you're still not even allowed to change your own magic yet. Oh man, that guy pushed that girl down. What a butthead. Yes, how can I help you? So, in this particular case, this is a sideline story maneuver. Saying things to certain people gets you other things later in the game. If you say you better get out of here, you actually get -5 points for that. And if you say nothing, you actually get +5 points for that. And you're saying 5 points to what? Well, we'll talk about that in a bit. So in this case, once again, I can still get the -5 points if I say never mind, but I still wanted to see many flowers. Now she's all nice to me. Oh, do you like my flowers? They're only 1 gil. $1. If you buy one, you basically finish the transaction and you get +5 points. She's all happy because, hey, you just bought a flower, so she's like, yeah, I'm out of here. And I'm like, but wait a minute, you're kind of cute and I was talking to you. So what am I talking about here? In this particular case, later on in the game, and we're talking probably 40 or some hours into it, you're going to get a choice to go on a date with 4 people, and she of course is one of them, and of course there are a couple others. Depending on the choices you make on talking to these people, increases or decreases the chances of you going on a date with them. And so with that, by buying that flower from her, you've now increased your chance by 5 points. She, by the way, automatically gets a 10-point lead over everybody else. So you've actually increased your point value to 15 points. Don't ask me why. She just does. Flower girls, you know. Come on, dude, get out of my way. Alright, nothing like a free potion. That is the only thing on this screen, by the way, that's of any value. You can have a look around here and talk to the people. Of course, what they're very upset about is that it appears that Avalanche has just blown up one of the reactors, and that, of course, now they're reading propaganda posters. Protectors of the planet, Avalanche. So I'm making my way to the train station, and this can't be good. Let's fight them. Now, I will choose fight for all three of these. Experience is everything. You need the experience. You don't get experience by running away. And these guys aren't tough. So, let's fight them, get it out of the way. Thanks for the potion, buddy. Yeah, we'll fight them. Once again, it's the same deal here. We need to fight these guys. We can use all the experience we can get. And none of these guys are really tough. Oh, you missed. Hey! Dude! Yeah, you know what? I'll take this club A and stick it where the sun don't shine. That was awful mean of you. Yeah, now what are you gonna do? Oh, machine gun. Oh yeah, karate chop. Oh yeah. There you go. That's what I think of that. Oh, I know. I'm a superhero. It's hard to be me. So I think I'm making an escape to the right, but it looks like that's not going to happen either. Now this is a bit of a dirty fight because they do a surround on you. Alright, take the one guy out in the back. It does turn your back to the other two, but only for one more turn. At least the last attack will be a frontal attack. If you try and do that in reverse, you'll always have one on either side of you for the entire fight. Anytime you're surrounded, always attack the smaller side, so as at the end of the fight, you're always facing the enemy and taking less damage. You know what? I'm tired of playing with you guys. I think I'm going to just go away now. See ya later. Bye-bye. That was a good go. Just see the look on their faces? He's like, what? What was that maneuver? What? I don't know. Oh, Max never came. Well, that's because Max was busy fighting all them soldiers and taking the heat off you. No, he wasn't killed. Come on. I think Jess has got a crush on me. Am I going to stay and fight for Avalanche? Ooh, I don't know. Do I look like a mind reader? Some cranky. A big old cranky guy. That's all Barrett ever is. Yeah, whatever. What about my monies? I love this. Come on, let's go. I have arrived! That's right. Looks like I'm a little late, but always in time. don't know why people say that. If you're late, you're late, but you must be on time. You're still there. Ah, Barrett. What? That's coming out of your share, hotshot. Aw, he was all worried about me. Alright, so that little conversation now out of the way. Everybody's all happy to see me, of course. 'Cause you know it's tough being me, right? Oh, look at that. Jess shuts the door. Oh, look at this. Now she's going to wipe off my face? Oh, now thanks me for saving her at the reactor? I don't know. I think Jess wants some alone time with the Max man. Anyway, we're too busy. We haven't got time for that. Alright. It's like after midnight. This is a pretty late attack. Oh, I guess they're scared. They don't want to hang out. Alright, so everybody comes running up to the front of the train. Now, this is actually kind of funny. This poor business guy, this Shrine of business guy, you run into him 3-4 times throughout the story. And he's always like, oh man, what am I into now? This is why I hate the last train. Oh boy. He's always funny. Alright, so we talked to a few guys here. A guy sleeping on the train. This guy's reading the paper about somebody blowing up about the reactor. We won't even talk to Barrett. He just tells me to sit down anyway. And we don't do that. And we'll talk to these guys. You gotta talk to each one of them one at a time. Yep. Oh, sure, you got a bright future. Sure, it's all good. Yeah, I'll come look at this at you. So she's gonna show me the map. Hey, 1997 computers here. Oof. We're talking that's state-of-the-art technology that you're seeing on the screen. So the city, of course, is basically two cities. There's an upper city and the lower city, and the upper city is divided onto 8 plates, and the plates themselves actually used to have names, but nobody actually knows what the plates are anymore. So now they're just numbered 1 through 8. As you can see, no one remembers the names, and the plate's in the sky about 50 meters up. And now we actually get the train route. We get the zoom in here to see the train running around. As the train runs around, it goes through checkpoint stations. So, a little bit of a controlling freak society here. As the train goes through checkpoints, it actually reads you and tells you, read your ID to see who you are. So we're using fake IDs, I guess. Ooh, checkpoint security area. You never know what comes out in the dark. Alright, now we'll go see Barrett. Now when you go to approach him, he automatically starts the talk, so we'll just listen through. So we get into a conversation here about how people are in the standings of society, though you don't see it as that deep at first. So of course the people living on the upper platforms are the rich, and those living below are living the poor. The game has all kinds of these secret undertones of the real world that we live in today. It's kind of weird that way. But I think that's what gave the game that extra step above these types of games, where it actually went into the roles of not just being a magical fantasy land like Zelda or whatever, but in this particular case, it actually took the world that we lived in and we actually applied it with a bit of a twist into this world. Nice shot of the main pillar. Alright, we've arrived at the train station. Station Backup. Here in Sector 7. And there's our lovely punk couple getting off the train. And there's a little daughter and mother getting off the train. And then, of course, here's our guys getting off the train. Oh, there's the star of the show getting off the train. Let's come down here for a second. Alright, so Barrett's just telling us that we're all going to now meet back at the secret hideout in Sector 7. Alright, so everybody starts taking off. This gives you a second to talk to the people around here. The train conductor, he doesn't give you much information. He just tells you that he's seen a lot over the years. And that actually plays into the story a little later, but not directly. It's an indirect statement. You can talk to these guys. They tell you about the train graveyard around here and that there's ghosts there. Now, that's important. So you noticed everybody took off to my left. The train graveyard is off to the right. And I wouldn't say that there's ghosts here, but there's monsters here. And we'll actually just hunt around here for a second for a fight. Come on, let's have a fight. Someone wants to get beat up. There we go. Just a quick fight. Oh yeah, we'll just use a little magic with this guy next to me. So we're actually going to come back here for a while, and that's because I actually need to level up a little bit, but I actually need some money. As it turns out, I can use a little cash. So I have about 700 bucks, but I actually need some cash because I'll need to do some shopping here soon. So we're going to run to the left here. And right here is actually, if you keep going to the left, you'll actually go into Sector 7 itself. But right here, you can actually see that there's a save point. We're actually going to use that save point. All right. And with that, we will stop here for a rest. And once again, thanks for viewing, thanks for commenting and watching, and we'll be moving on with the next episode from this point on, where we actually get to go through Sector 7. We're going to get to meet some new team member, and we're actually going to get to purchase some things and do some leveling up. So with that, I'm going to actually hang out here for a bit, and of course, now that I've done my save, I'm actually going to go back over to the train graveyard and probably, I don't know, we got to probably make about $1,500. So I'm going to do some killing for a bit. I don't have to stay there too long to kill some monsters. I just got to stay long enough to kind of make about 1,500 bucks. Then I'm going to actually go on and bring you back for the next episode. We'll go through Sector 7 and the whole storyline there. Then, once I've got my party back, we're actually going to go back to the graveyard. I'm going to do some leveling up with them and get some more money. Once again, I'll cut that part out on you guys because that's a little boring. But then we'll be carrying on with the story there. So from here, I'm signing out and see you on the next one.